This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You have a rich person's name. Like, you should be a billionaire with the name Winfield. Anyway, call me back, bro.
September 3rd, 2020. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. Joining me once again, co-host Marney Liston. How are you, Marney?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you had a fun, stressful, crazy, awesome day today.
I did. It was full of excitement.
Yeah, I love how your days off are never days off.
I know.
You definitely put in the work in recovery, and wow, you did some work. You sent out a bunch of shirts from 217 Recovery shirts and hats and masks. Mm-hmm. Sent those out to Stephanie.
Yeah.
At hashtag 45 Recovery Rocks.
Yep, that's it.
And she lives at Randy's house, which is a sober living house for women, right?
Yes, correct.
And she's like, hey, man, I've been pushing you guys. I'm going to sell all these shirts. And
yeah, it's awesome. She's been really hitting it out there, trying to, tell everybody about 217 and to check out our website. And she's added us to a couple of our things, actually. Our links to certain podcasts and blogs and stuff like that. So it's been really neat. We've got a good connection with them.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Stephanie. And a lot of people will ask us, oh, how can I be involved? Or, they just want to be on the podcast, and they're like, hey, man, I really want to be on your podcast. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, like, what do you have to offer, man? But for someone like her, though, who's really, stepping up and showing, hey, look, I can help you guys out, and here's how I can do it. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge for us, and we really do appreciate it, and we're just trying to live our lives every day in recovery, and each day we add another day, which is awesome. And, for people like her to step up and really want to help out. And there's a few people that do reach out online who sincerely do want to help out. I just don't know how they can help out. But Stephanie just kind of asserted herself, and you, of course, worked with Stephanie. You know her. Not like you worked with her, but you, like, were talking with her and, so it made it a lot easier. And yeah, if there's something that you think you can help us with, feel free to reach out, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying that everybody who wants to help us or, be on the podcast is like that, like, ooh, when I was doing that voice earlier. Not everybody that reaches out, but sometimes they do, and it's just like, man, that's not what we're about, really. If you have something to offer, if you just did something awesome in recovery, like had another day sober, or, moved out of a sober living house or whatever, if you're making progress, we want to talk to you. And even if you just got out of rehab, that's progress. And, what are some of the things you're doing now? Or maybe a family member just got out of rehab, or who knows, man. Just reach out if you want to be featured, and we'll hook you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, so back to your day, Marney.
Sure. So
you did all the shirts, you sent those off, and then, well, actually before that, on the timeline, you went to the Secretary of State.
I did. I had made an appointment at the Secretary of State, and the soonest that I could make an appointment, this was like maybe a month and a half ago, was the soonest I could get in was to go in to actually change my address, because they do this thing where if you have an enhanced ID, which is like the passport version, I guess, of the driver's license.
Mine's a chauffeur's license.
Mine's a chauffeur's license as well, yeah. But you can't, just do the sticker and put it on there. They actually have to, you have to go in person.
Well, see, that's BS, because they just put a sticker on the back of mine.
Do you have an enhanced ID?
Well, yeah. But they said that, because I was doing it online the other day, and you asked me if I had registered to vote, and it said that if I had an enhanced ID, that they would send me a brand new ID. But when I went to actually get my license back in June, or change the address, they're just like, put a sticker on the back. Like, huh.
Yeah, she said there's some coding or something. There's some kind of barcode or something that needs to be visible. So they said she can't. She gave me the sticker, but she said that I'm just going to be sent a new one.
Well, that's BS, man.
I don't know. Maybe
I want to
I'm
be
special.
sent a new one. Look into that.
Yeah, but I was in and out of there in, like, not kidding you, like 10 minutes.
I know. I kind of like the whole appointment thing at the Secretary.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. You set it up like 8 months ago, and this is really weird that you just now.
No, that's just this. I mean, that was as soon as, if you click on it today, like I've been trying to help some clients set up appointments, and it's like in December.
But if you just.
So, like, if you set it up now, the earliest appointment you can make is for December.
I don't think that's correct. I thought, because I got right in. Because you made
I
me
made
an
it for
appointment
you.
too.
I know. I don't know.
But then I got right in, so I don't know. I think if you do it that day, like if I want an appointment for today.
Oh, yeah. If you try that, I think it, like, I've heard that too. If you like try to go online at like first thing in the morning, then you're able to make appointments for that day. They have a certain amount of slots, but if not, then they like push you forward to whenever it is that, months and months and months away. So I just hung tight, and then I, wrote it down on my calendar, and I was like, yeah, and we live like a mile away from Secretary of State, so it was really super easy.
Yeah. And then, after the Secretary of State, you went and you got a little ink done.
I did. I went and got a tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a long time. So
Have you?
Yeah.
You were like, I'm going to get a tattoo. Now, when you, like, how long ago did you realize, I need another tattoo? Because you have a couple.
Yeah. Every tattoo that I've gotten, I've put some thought into. And, like, my first tattoo I was visiting my brother in California, and I was kind of nervous because, he's kind of, like, reserved and what have you. But I was like, what perfect thing to do, like, with, your family member or whatever. Because he's cool. We're close enough in age that we're, like, hanging out. I was old enough that we were, hanging out as friends, kind of, too. And so I was like, what do you think about me getting a tattoo? And he's like, well, do what you're going to do. That's cool. Do your thing. He's like, but, think about it. Don't just, like, walk into some place. And we're talking, San Francisco. Or no, this was when he lived in La Jolla in California. And he's like, just don't walk into some, like, tattoo parlor and just point at the wall. Have it mean something to you. And so I went to the beach, and I just, like freehand some black work, and I ended up drawing something for myself, and then I took it in, and they, fixed it all up, and we went back, and I got that on my back. But no, this one is actually your signature, which is really freaking cool. Yeah.
Well, some people were like, wait, you're not ever supposed to get a name tattooed on you.
Well, I did, so screw those people. No, I like it. It looks really cool. And, yeah. So it's on my wrist, inside of my wrist. Like, a long ways, not... How would you explain it? It's not parallel with my wrist. It's, like...
It's horizontal.
Yeah, so...
It goes up your arm.
Yeah. It's really cool looking. So it's like, you can't tell exactly what it is. So it is, and obviously it's personal to me. So, and I think that's what tattoos are all about. In fact, we had some pretty insightful words of wisdom from our tattoo artist today when he said something to the effect of, like, oh, a gentleman called on the phone and was saying that. Why are you laughing already?
Because it was funny.
It is a funny story. No, this is a true story. So this, we can only hear one side of this phone call, but apparently this secretary is relaying this phone call and needing answers to his questions to the tattoo artist that was working on getting mine all ready to go. And she said, this guy's asking about, he's concerned because his skin color, that he was afraid that you wouldn't be able to see it. And that he was a student and wanted to know if they gave student discounts, which I thought was cute. But actually he went along. He's like, yeah, I can do it for, whatever, a certain amount of money. So he actually went along with it. And I don't know. He just said, I think it's important. Maybe we need to have a talk with the guy. I think he was being somewhat kind of like sarcastic, but I think that there's a lot of truth to what he said, was that a lot of the things about when an individual gets a tattoo, it's because what it means to you, and it's not necessarily, what it means to like the rest of the world. So I think that was really insightful, and I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, just like when people get tattoos where nobody can see them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, no.
It's cool.
It
though.
was. I mean, it wasn't that painful. I've had them before, so I knew what to expect. But
Yeah, I told you I was going to say it when you were going to get done, but I thought, no, that's but that's when it hit me is all those years I was practicing because I was going to be a second baseman for the Chicago Cubs and needed to have a good autograph. So I would practice when I was a kid, just signing my name, but it looks nothing like it does now. Mm-hmm. I told you that one came from signing commercial logs because we'd have to keep track of commercials and check them off. And each page we'd have to sign, and sometimes I'd forget to sign for a week, and then the traffic department would bring it back to us, and to sign all these logs, and it just kind of became more of a doctor's signature kind of thing. But yeah, it looks cool. I was kind of like honored. Mm-hmm. And then when we get there, you like bring this paper that has a bunch of my signatures on it. And I'm like, oh, geez. And I felt like not embarrassed, but just like they were thinking like, who does this guy think he is? Just signing his autograph.
oh, people
and
do that.
signature
People
and
do that
stuff.
all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting though. If you like in normal conversation with somebody else, you know, you're just like, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to you? You know, and because every tattoo has a story.
All right,
I don't care what it is, even if it's I went to a tattoo parlor and pointed at the wall. They were with somebody, they were visiting somewhere, or you know, something was going on in their life where they decided to make that decision that day. And I don't know, it's always an interesting conversation to have.
Let's role play.
Okay, hey Corey.
Well, who are you?
I'm me, and you're
Okay.
you.
Oh, no, but I want to be like,
No, I'm asking you.
I'm going to be Earl.
No, I'm asking you. You have to do real talk.
Oh. But
Corey, do you have any tattoos?
I do have a tattoo.
You do? Mm-hmm. Really? Where is it?
It's on my ankle.
Oh, okay. What? Let me see it. What's it of?
Here you go. It's of... it's the logo from Mickey's beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like Mickey's beer?
No. But guess what I was drinking when I was at this tattoo party at this dude's house?
Let me guess. Mickey's beer?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was not going to get a tattoo. And I was talked into it, and I had $15. And we got 2 tattoos. $7.50. And it's horrible.
And it was worth every penny?
No. Yeah. I was going to ask the guy today, can you like put something over that? And I was just too embarrassed to show him even. I was just like, ugh. But at least we know that there's a shop that I can go get it done. So, and he was a cool dude, and
he moved here from Flint.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, we went to, can we say the name of it on here? We can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Heart Tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was extremely clean, and it's like this one lady owns it. I don't know her name, but and her daughter works there, and you know, really talented guy. Chris was his name.
She looked like a Cindy, maybe. Cynthia.
Why would you say that? Just you don't even know her name.
I don't.
You think that people look like people, like names of people?
do.
What do you think I look like?
Marney.
That's not fair.
I don't know. Like,
Don't answer. You know,
okay.
don't answer.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
Anyway, so you're drinking Mickey's.
Yeah.
And you were how old?
19, I think.
19. And you paid for
20.
your girl. You paid for your girl at the time.
Yeah.
You fronted her the $7.50.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sweet of
I
you.
was balling out of control back then. I was like 98 or 97.
I was going to say, did you lose a bet? Like,
no, we were just at this. Like, I don't even know why we went there. I don't know. And next thing I know, I'm there, and well, come on, man, everybody's getting them. I was like,
did everybody get the Mickey's
no,
Bumblebee?
no,
Is that what it
just
is? What is it? Even
her and I. Yeah, it's like a hornet or something, a bee. what people call it. Like, oh, that's